Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because the wheels are definitely falling off right now, guys. And I'm in Newport Beach, right next to the sheriff and the harbor patrol. But just a beautiful, beautiful day out here. And there's just so much to cover. And we're going to cover it all. Okay? Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget the email list that you can sign up for below. And let's get into it. First things first, Disney. You know, Bob Iger takes over, and they are having massive job cuts right now at Disney. Disney is having massive problems right now. First thing that Disney is experiencing is people are tired of them. People are sick of them. People are not spending the money on Disney products. They're not going to the movies like they used to. They're not attending the theme parks, and their revenue and their profits and everything are down right now because of their shenanigans. Bob Iger is going to try to fix that. The first thing they're going to do is try to get rid of 7,000 people in management right now. Okay? So that's fascinating when you think about that. But the other thing is Disney Plus, which is the pay-per-view Disney program. It's got all the old movies on it and all the kids shows and everything like that. The Disney Plus stuff right now is suffering huge right now. Disney Plus is losing 2.4 million subscribers right now. Hey guys, good morning. Thanks for your service, guys. 2.4 million subscribers have dropped Disney Plus. Sick of it. Pass. Why would we pay for this nightmare? So with that being said, you're experiencing, you know, a company that's having, you know, a complete meltdown out there. So Bob Iger, what his job is right now is to fix that and to try to curb that as much as possible. One thing that they're gonna do, which is kind of fascinating, is they're gonna take Disney and they're gonna divide it into 3 companies, which when you think about it, when you hear this, you're gonna say, oh, I thought they already did that. First thing is they're going to have all the film and TV put together as one unit. Makes sense. The next thing is ESPN. All the sports and all the sports products are going to be one company, and then you're going to have the theme parks as one company. Who didn't know that it was not ran that way? It's been ran as one big pot right now, which again is, you know, catastrophic and not really the best way to do it. So, you know, share your thoughts on that one. People are sick of Disney, guys. When my kids were young, Disney Channel was on all the time. We saw those shows. They grew up with all that stuff. It was awesome. Sheriff's taking off right now. Bed Bath & Beyond, 149 stores are going to close. And big problems here in California because now they've announced the 9 stores that are actually going to close in California. So big changes there. You're going to see more and more closures in retail than you've ever seen in our lifetimes. It's going to happen. It's just, they're trying to shore this stuff up, but they can't do it. Next thing, Boeing. Boeing is going to lay off 2,000 people. And I love this because you're like, wow, that's, you know, 2,000, you know, heads of household, 2,000 wage earners. They're going to get rid of the bureaucracy, they say, at Boeing. I'll tell you guys a great story. My girlfriend that passed away, she worked at Boeing. After she got her law degree, she went to Boeing and she worked in their claim settlement. So because of her level, she had the ability to settle things up to, it was a really odd figure, $448,000. Anything under that, like if you had a claim for, you know, excess payments, some guy was injured, something, she could settle that for $449,000. It's just an odd figure like that. But think about all the claims that a company like that would have. Think of all the different lawsuits. Think of all the different things that could go wrong with a big company like that. But now they want to get rid of bureaucracy, and the bureaucracy getting rid of that is going to cut 2,000 jobs. So again, the wheels are falling off, guys. You're not seeing companies doing well right now. You're seeing it completely off the rails, and you know, what do you guys think? Because it's just all the other layoffs that have been announced this year. There's hundreds of thousands. And oh, the other thing is tomorrow, guys, big day. round 2 for the one and only Gerald Celente is coming back. So, you know, the real state of the union with Gerald Celente, you got the one and only champ coming. So he's going to sit there and tell us about that. So I cannot wait to talk to him and share that with you guys. So don't miss that one. The next thing is Houston office building. I got to get this guy's name right. This is another great story. Houston office buildings, there's such a glut of them that there was a real estate seminar earlier this week, and they sat down and talked about how some of these buildings need to be parking lots. That would be more profitable than it would be running these buildings. Now, one thing that I've talked to a lot with people in real estate is that they're always telling me about, people don't realize the operating expenses with running a building, running a house. You know, think about this as I'm walking on the beach here. Okay, I'm in Newport today, right in the peninsula. But these houses, if you were gonna rent these out, everybody thinks, oh, they just make money hand over fist. Well, the owners have operating expenses to maintain that. That's a given that nobody wants to sit and look at. Patrick Duffy was speaking at a Houston conference saying, listen, you guys would be better off turning some of these buildings into parking lots. 800 Ball Street, that is an old building right now that they're going to be able to convert that old office building into apartments in Houston. It's very rare that you can do that, but that's one thing that they're pursuing right now is that. Now, for those of you that live here in Southern California that drive to Las Vegas every time you go there, there was a hotel that was between State Line and between Vegas. And the hotel, I think it was 12 floors, it was this big square box, and the casino ended up going out of business, changing ownership. Think about this, it was cheaper to tear the casino down and level it than pay the taxes on an empty building. So that's what you're going to start to see with some of the retail and commercial problems that we're going to have. We're going to have so much problems with commercial real estate that nobody knows what's going to hit them with this. So again, operating expenses, when you talk about 50% occupancy, that's horrible, guys. People are not renting office buildings. People are doing a different shift. You've got some people going back 2 and 3 days a week. And in fact, I just had a friend who was telling me about how she's back 3 days a week. And she says it's kind of ridiculous because there's nobody else in the office right now. So you're starting to see that. But you're going to see areas like Houston where they're telling people you'd be better off to level these buildings. Think of the demolition. Demolition cost would be cheaper in the long run and turn that into a parking lot than have the building. That is absolutely crazy. One thing, when I was a kid, in the 80s, and I was in my 20s, and I was buying houses and things like that, they had something called an assumable mortgage. And the idea of an assumable mortgage is that John and Joan have their real estate loan for, let's say, $100,000. They're paying on it, and they've been paying on it for 3 years, and now they owe $97,000 on it. Well, you could walk in to the bank. If you could apply for that, you could apply for the mortgage. Now, let's say the house was $130,000. Either you had to come up with the difference with cash, or you would get a loan for the difference. So fascinating stuff, but they're saying in the building market, there's a great story below. Is this the future? Is the assumable loan the answer? The problem with it is that you've got houses, and I just had this conversation today with a realtor talking about how houses, you know, that were $200,000 2 years ago are now $600,000. So you've got somebody with a $180,000 mortgage on their house. You still got to come up with the difference, guys. So that's the problem. That's a huge problem right now with that. So what do you guys think? You think they're going to bring back the assumable mortgages? And again, if a mortgage wasn't written that way, you guys in real estate, you guys in the mortgage industry, tell me how this is going to work out, because I don't think it's just going to magically work out to where, okay, this Jones loan is now assumable. So many people right now are getting the adjustable rate mortgages. It's killing them right now, because as interest rates go up, the loans go up. Some of these loans, some of the builders have teaser rates where, hey, you can buy this house and for 2 and 3 years, you'll have 2.99% interest rate. And then the payment adjusts, and the payment goes up, $3,000, and radical fees like that. Scott Walters, he's a guy that sits down and says, hey, if you're going to buy a house, look at what 20% down would do, and look at what the place rents for. Nobody does that. And, you know, Economic Ninja was talking to my daughter about buying a house and how he's helping her and giving her advice. But the one thing that he talked about with me that makes a lot of sense is to experience the neighborhood, experience, you know, what you're going to go through when you live there, when it rains, when there's traffic, when there's an event, and people don't do that. So you should do that more often. You know, here in California, talking about real estate, we have seen rents drop for 5 months in a row, which is kind of surprising. One thing that somebody in real estate told me that's been doing it for almost 40 years, he said, when you see the apartment buildings and the large companies start to offer free rent, you know what I mean, like rent for a year, we'll give you 2 months free, things like that. That's a good sign of an economic downturn in real estate. That's starting to happen. Not necessarily here in Orange County, but you're seeing that around the country because people are sending me those photos and things like that. Are you guys seeing this? I still think rents are outrageous. Everybody that talks to me, all they do is tell me how high the rents are, and it floors me. When you go to some of these smaller cities, look at this big boat coming across. That thing's huge. What people are paying for a 1-bedroom place is insane. 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom houses, it's nuts, guys, right now. So share your thoughts on that stuff. What communities are cheaper? You know, I won't sacrifice things like crime and amenities in a city. You know, I've had people say, oh, live here, it's so cheap. Well, if you're gonna drive 40 miles to go to the grocery store, I'll never forget my sister-in-law's daughter, so my niece, they had a baby, and my sister stayed at their house when the baby was born, and she had to drive 40 miles to a grocery store. Well, that sounds like hell to me, guys, you know, because, oh, I forgot the creamer. Let me go back and get it for you. So I don't know how you do that. Couple other things, just a quick video today for you guys, just to work through it. I wanted to share this stuff. Barry Diller, who used to run studio, I believe it was Viacom, has just talked about how the Oscars are finished. The movie industry is finished. And it's done. It's never going to have the luster that they once had. And I kind of agree with them right now, guys. I wanted to be in the film industry so desperately at one point, but with all the streaming services and everything that's out there, it's a completely different world right now, guys. It really is. And you're seeing people not go to the movies like they used to. You're seeing all these theaters go out of business. You know, but what do you guys think? Do you care about the Oscars? As I looked, I used to get up at 5:30 in the morning the day that they would announce the Oscars, because it's an industry I really wanted to be in. And guys, I could care less right now. I can't name half these pictures. The actors, don't even know who they are right now. Couple things to end the video right now. Think about this one. We're getting subscription to death right now. And what I mean by that was, I got to give credit to Brad. Brad, now think about this one. This was brand new to me. HP has got a thing called Instant Ink. And Brad sent me this story about how basically your printer, you're held hijacked to paying on a premium for ink. Well, guys, that's outrageous, guys. I've never heard of that one. Now, there's been some crazy subscriptions over the last years that have been sent to me. The heated seats from BMW, the different upgrades from Elon Musk, from Tesla. What have you guys seen? But think about this, ink for your printer. It never fails, guys. When the document, oh my God, I got to get this done right now. I'm late, kid's got a school project, and you need ink, you have to print that. Now imagine, like this one person said in the article, they're being extorted because they have to pay all these fees right now for that. So crazy, guys, absolutely nuts right now. So are you seeing that? What other subscriptions have you seen out there that people are paying for on a monthly basis that you just think are ridiculous? I do everything I can to cut out the subscriptions and not have those. And, want to know what you guys think about that. So let's see, what else? And we're going to end it with this one. Somebody sent me the greatest story about all the acronyms for ice. Ford, found on road dead. Jeep is just empty every pocket, all this stuff. So there's an article where they mentioned what every car name acronym is. So I thought you guys would get a kick out of that. Just a quick day, quick video, tide's high, beautiful day. I've got to meet somebody right now, so please don't forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Onward and upward, guys. Remember, you want to get a hold of me, hello@iallegedly.com is the email to send stuff to. I try to read everything. And don't forget, if you guys want more exclusive content, there's Patreon. And don't forget, tomorrow, guys, the big Gerald Celente interview. We're bringing him back. I cannot wait to talk to him later. So hope you guys will enjoy that. Onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon.